Welcome to my channel. This is a reading for Aries for the period of August 22nd through to the end of September 2020. First off, I just want to say thank you very much to all those that are returning subscribers. I really appreciate your time and attention. I know my readings are a little bit longer. I'm trying to look for different ways in which I can try out different spreads in the coming months here as well. Different layouts, things that might help to shorten it for those that don't have a lot of time. But for the moment, I'll just maintain what I'm doing, but I will try a variety of other things in the coming months here. So again, thank you very much for my returning subscribers, and for those that are new to my channel, I'll give you a quick rundown of my layout. Generally what I do is a little synopsis at the beginning, just for those again that don't have a lot of time and just want a brief overview of what the time frame will look like. And certainly I have more details that unfold in the reading if you're able to sit through it to the full end. But I don't have all the cards in sight. I will pull them forward as we go along. I do shuffle beforehand, and it does take me a fair amount of time to go through that, so that's why I don't do it online here. But again, I will be doing some shorter readings and other things that I may start to shuffle before, in front of the camera and all of those things. I'm not the kind of person that pre-picks anything in any particular way or fashion. This is truly just unfolding as the cards fall out. So anyway, as far as the rest of the reading goes, synopsis. Okay, so what will happen first is this area in here is central to the career, finance, and money aspects. Everything that's on the periphery is all general energies. I have pulled some cards that, as I say, are out of view, but these are some of the cards that I'll be using that would be advice cards that came through for Leap of Faith, Queen of Gabriel, Six of Gabriel, Epiphany, and Perspective, those kinds of things. I also have several other decks that I'll also get to here on the side. But for the brief synopsis, what I would say is just the overall general outlook for the period of August 22nd through to the end of September 2020 for you, Aries, is that I feel you're in a period of healing. You're in a period where something has come to an end. There's been some kind of a cycle that has run its course, whether that is in across the level, like across the board for you on the work front, as well as the romantic influences, partnerships, that kind of thing. Either way, there's been some kind of completion cycle here. So there's been a lot of tens in the reading. Certainly you do have some cards that speak to you being in hermit mode and pulling back and in retreat here. So something tells me here that you really had to go inward for a period just to sort of regain your balance again. There is a lot of cards that speak to and for the most part, the reading is actually quite positive. There is a moment here where I do feel that there's a tower moment here that comes in, likely in that first week of September, or first week of September, maybe tail end of August, that kind of thing. But again, there's a cycle that's completed here. There's a lot of cards that speak to that. With the World card, you've also got a lot of tens. You've got retreat. You've got a feeling like there could be, some loss, that kind of thing here. But overall, again, there is progress forward. Most of the progress I feel for you for the period of August 22nd through to the end of September is still in the planning stages. Whatever this cycle is that's ended, maybe you moved, maybe there's been a change in your career, and again, maybe there's a relationship change, something along that front, or multiple levels here. But for the most part, there is a strong energy of you being in a introspective, reclusive phase to figure out your next move. I don't know that this is a period where you're in deep healing, because I feel like some of these lessons you've already, you've gone through this cycle before, and this is really just you pulling back, recalibrating, getting ready to move forward, and trying to seek some balance. And in doing that, in trying to go forward and seek balance, you really need to recalibrate by considering your options. And that's where I feel you are currently at. You're considering your options. I do feel that you have a lot of options on the table. There were some cards here that came through that spoke to with the Ten of Pentacles as well as the Seven of Cups, that there is a lot of options available to you here, and you're just trying to figure out what's the next move, what's the best viable solution for where you're at today, and what will benefit you overall in the coming months. So overall, I feel there's some blessings and things that'll be coming through for you. I mean, there's some teaching, maybe some education, some learning that will be advancing you during this period, or at least that you're considering. Everybody's going to be moving at different stages. Again, somebody who's 18 may already be in classes, and might be doing the studying, versus somebody who is, in a retraining for a job that might be trying to develop a new skill here. So again, just take that as it resonates. These are general readings. So whatever's happening for somebody who's 18 versus somebody who's 65 will have a degree of variance there, and certainly a person's motivation will be a little bit different in the way that they move forward. If somebody's already quite set, then whatever those endings are for them, might be on more of a level of personal development and moving into the next phase of their life, that kind of thing, versus tremendous upheaval for someone else that is starting out. So again, there's going to be a bit of a spectrum there, but general reading. But overall, there is some completion here. There is you starting out on a new cycle here. You're just in the contemplation phase. You are getting a lot of divine guidance coming through, whether that's ancestral, whether that's spirit, whether it's God, whatever it is for you that you're in touch with in terms of source. Definitely there is some, as I said, some blessings that are coming through. I feel that you might even get some small surprises or things along the way toward the end of September that you will consider beneficial, helpful, or bring you some joy, because at the end here you do have the abundance card, which is, well, it's optimism basically. So you've got good reason to be feeling overall like you've come to some kind of resolution or conclusion, and you're able to move forward on it. But I do feel there is a little bit of a balance here that needs to be worked out. I think you have a lot of anxiety about moving forward with this new project. I think this is something you've been sitting on for some time, whether for some of you, I feel that this, for some areas, I feel this represents a business idea that you're not really sure about, and it could be in terms of a partnership. I feel there's a lot of vacillation, between whether or not to go ahead. But overall, I think that you will be going ahead with this idea. For others of you, I feel that you're just not sure about, I don't feel there's any real worries in terms of money. I should mention that. I feel that you're fairly stable. I just feel that some things might have felt like a bit of a burden or an overwhelm for you throughout this period. Whether that is, I don't know, I don't really feel that you're juggling bills or anything like that. I feel like there's just something that has really caused you to go inward and reflect and seriously review your life and decide what your next move is. But you do have a lot of cards, as I say, speaking to luck and judgment. So you are doing that soul searching, that review of your life. You do have luck with you in going forward. You have plenty of cards here that indicate that if there is any kind of journey, and I'm not talking about travel necessarily that's going country to country, but even just travel camping or something that is a little more localized, still practicing safe distancing, and all of those things. But you're going to be safe. You've got abundance cards here. You've got fertility cards. There's something that's taking shape for sure, and you definitely have some cards that speak to again, the blessings, the miracles. I feel that you're sharing yourself, and of course that comes through as well with the Six of Pentacles, sharing time, energy, resources, anything along that line. But you are making some kind of a difference with whatever this project is, or this next move that you're trying to contemplate going ahead with. But again, you have a lot of cards that speak to you know, there's peaks of joy and so on coming through. You've got going with the flow of things. Stop maybe overanalyzing things to the degree that you are. You are being called upon, you know, just to be strong while you're going ahead to make these changes. But overall, as I said, I mean, you do have cards that speak to, you know, blessings. You're coming up with answers, and this is something that's related to your life purpose. You need to forgive yourself or someone else in your realm that is may have been a factor in why you are going through this life review. And I don't know that it is a situation that's fully ended. I don't really do relationship readings. I do a general overall reading. If there is a relationship aspect that comes through in the reading, I will touch on it, but I don't really flesh it out. That would just make the reading another 2 hours. So anyway, there's other readers that would be able to give you a lot more detail on that. This is really just more for just general energies, and as I say, a little more career and finance oriented. So I do feel you are still up in the air for the most part on whether or not to go ahead, but by the end of December, I think that you'll have really made some kind of a decision on financially about where you're headed with that Ten of Pentacles, because with this life purpose situation again is producing a lot of options for you, and this Ten of Pentacles is exactly where you're headed. So this is a journey that is well worth investing in. And speaking of investing, you are expected to do some teaching and some learning here. You are expected to follow your intuition, and as well, there's a lot of there was a few cards here that also spoke to you doing a little more physical activity, and then trying to again manifest and putting some self-discipline toward whatever your goal is here. There is definitely some sense that you're wanting to stay in more of a remote place in your mind and not go through the planning for this next step here. But you know, with some of these cards, sacred and sabotage and oneness, but you have to remember this journey is something that is going to benefit a larger number of people, is what I feel. And I think that you just need to, if you're practical and you take the small steps, it'll all start to unfold and become a lot easier than you anticipated. I feel that this is something you've already done. You already have the skills for. I don't know that you've actually done this specific thing that you're headed, the journey that you're headed toward with it, but you have done some element of it. This is not something that's completely foreign to you. You have some kind of basis or foundation for it. So again, there's also, I feel, some self-sabotage, some personal criticism that's coming through here. You definitely have some kind of a new start here. Could be in love, or a love interest that's coming through as well, but either way, passionate project, something that's along that line. But you're supposed to take some positive action here with these cards. And again, this is just the brief synopsis of what's happening for this period. I mean, there's definitely, you know, fruits of your labor coming through here once you make a decision. No place like home. You're still in that reclusive phase, regenerating, but you definitely have, you know, you have some skills set that's already able to help you move forward. So again, there's about some cards of balance. There's definitely some cards here in relation to either a new romance or a new cycle to that romance. So whether it's a new person that's coming in for you, Aries, or for some of you, or it's a redefining of what that relationship was. Either way, there's some kind of a new cycle to it. But if you had any worries about health concerns or about someone familial or other that is in your circle, there's a lot of cards here that indicate that your loved ones are safe. And so, you know, it could very well be that you are concerned about someone's health here that's coming through. Maybe that is actually what that Tower moment speaks to, because it does feel like that is related there. So a Tower moment, not necessarily meaning an actual death here or an ending of some sort, but I feel that, you know, you may have had a lot of excessive worry about a particular situation. So just to put your mind at ease, that there are a lot of positive cards here that follow. So overall, I feel that you are going to be able to move forward. Okay, so I'll get into more of the details of the cards. But overall, as I mentioned, everything looks pretty good. I do feel that I do feel that, well, maybe we'll start here with the Judgment card, and then I'll get into everything else at the very end here as far as advice. So with the Judgment card, let's pull this one forward here. So the Judgment card is about soul searching. As I mentioned, it's a review of your life. You're bringing inner peace back into many aspects of your life. So maybe some of you have moved, maybe some of you have ended a relationship, and you're redefining your, who you are again. But overall, this card really does speak to you taking a long look at your life here and just the current situation, looking at the past, all of those things. Again, just doing that bit of soul searching, contemplating things in terms of your self-doubt, because I feel that there is still a lot of self-doubt about, again, procrastinating before you make this decision to go forward with maybe, again, a business idea or a career shift, something along that line. But just know that all of those moments of self-reflection are really you getting in your own way. If you cause a lot of self-sabotage, a lot of doubting yourself, this kind of thing, you have to rely on your wisdom here, is what this card is saying. You have to know that you've learned the right lessons. You've learned a lot of lessons, and that's why there is a completion or a cycle that's ending here. So you're on the right path here, and you have to let go of some of the things that are maybe holding you up. So whether that's your own thoughts or whether or not you just keep backtracking into the past, but there's some kind of important life decision here that needs to be made, and it shouldn't really sway you from this new direction. This is about you being able to apply yourself in business or in a personal relationship or in friendships, whatever it is that moves you forward so that you can open up to new possibilities and expand in your career path. So again, for some of you, this could be coming up with those money-making ideas. Anything that is going to allow you to follow your destiny here is what this card represents. And overall, it's about, getting past stagnancy and moving ahead with change and purpose. So we also have the card of luck. That one's a little far for me to bring closer here, but maybe we'll try. Okay, so with the card of luck, again, this one is about you are right to be strong and optimistic about the opportunities that are ahead. So overall, again, I feel like you're doubting yourself. You're really heavily weighing out the pros and cons with whatever this movement is toward a career change or some kind of opportunity that is being offered to you, that you're trying to weigh out the pros and cons. But either way, it's a really heavy burden, and maybe you've been dealing with this for some time, but it is letting you know that your fate is changing here. You're going to be luckier than usual. So for this period, for the August 22nd through to September, you are getting a lot of divine intervention, a lot of insight as to where you can go with this project. So take advantage of that portal, that opening of energy, and use it in your material world by taking action. This is about you being able to go forward without, the self-doubt, without the pessimistic attitude. You actually have some stability and strength in going forward. You have a reason to be optimistic here. You've got career growth, opportunities, as I mentioned, coming through with the card of luck. It could even speak to some kind of, luck and lotto, that kind of thing, because you do have some pentacles in the reading, and there was a gift from the universe. But either way, this is definitely something about job or other opportunity that's coming forward here that can benefit you. So be prepared to act on that. Take advantage of these cycles. I'll go into the numerology cards. Oh, sorry, and I should mention that was a Sharina Star by illustrations by Richard Crooks. That's the fortune reading card that I just read to you. We also have numerology guidance cards, and that's by Michelle Buchanan. So the first one is teaching and learning. So again, I feel that some of you may be going back to school, some of you may be, teachers, but either way, this is a time of trying to do some more learning about what it is that you're intending to move on. And it's about using that potential and all of your experiences, your life lessons, academic knowledge, all of that, and bringing it into your new opportunity or your reality, current reality. So have faith that you have the ability to make this happen, and don't underestimate the importance of what you have to say here is what the message is. And it's important for you to expand your existing wisdom and your existing learning with that card here, because it is going to benefit people on a greater scale. So we also have the card of intuition, and again, that's about trusting spirit. That's about, trusting that inner voice, any dreams that might be coming to you, any feathers or dimes or things that synchronicities, all of a sudden something lines up, you see certain numbers that might be in alignment for you, whatever it is for you, certain music that might come on and give you a message that all of a sudden you didn't, you hadn't listened to the words before, and now you're starting to pay attention to, that kind of thing. So we also again had the card of physical activity here. Physical activity is just that, just taking the time to really get yourself moving again. I feel that you might have been taking a bit of a hiatus there to end this cycle. I feel that you've already moved ahead in it. This cycle pretty much ended with at the beginning here in August. So whatever this was earlier in August, you're just starting to find more of a resolution now for the period of September. But physical activity is necessary. It's important for you to pay attention to your body and that self-care, everything just that enhances your well-being psychologically as well as physically. And that's, again, getting rid of toxic emotions. Anything on that level sort of falls in that category. You've also got manifestation. So again, I feel a lot of you are actually moving towards realizing your own power here. So this is about you being able to familiarize yourself, synchronize yourself, align yourself with all the things that you need to do to make that dream come true. I feel that you're actually in a place where you're able to, even though you might have some doubts and worries, as I said, negative thoughts that you're struggling with here, you can still improve your situation just by making sure that you stay focused here. But you're definitely on track. It's moving out of wishful thinking, and you're actually able to put in the work because you are putting forward some self-discipline and getting into the practicality of organizing what it is that you need to move forward. So again, self-discipline, I feel, is, anything that causes you to get yourself motivated. Sometimes it's a video, a YouTube video or whatever, something that's helping you to plan, prioritize those actions and get yourself out of that place of hermit mode, which is where a lot of the energy is right now. But you're being asked to start the planning to make those manifestations a reality. Okay, so on to sorry, just trying to organize things and move some stuff out of the way here. Okay, so this is, again, I mentioned earlier to you with the, this is the Voyager Tarot, and this is actually James Wanless. So with the Strength card, this is, again, this is a card that is letting you know you have the strength and the fortitude to go forward here, and you need to rely on that to be able to express yourself. So know that you've got to stay within, some level of emotional control, not to let your animal instincts get a little, too far one way or the other. You want to try to maintain some balance here. Again, there was another card that spoke to balance here with the moon cards. But this is about you having the courage as well to just be yourself and be authentic and move forward. We also have the Man of Wands, and again, that is speaking to a person here. So this is somebody who can be a little bit like an actor, somebody who is able to, I don't want to say shapeshift exactly, but they're able to adapt to their surroundings and adapt to who it is that they're speaking to. This is somebody who has kind of that multiplicity, that duality, that ability to, relate to a lot of people at one time. So it's almost coming through as a theatrical person. So again, this might be you, or this might be an energy that's around you, but somehow this plays out as an influencing factor through the period of August to September here, August 22nd onward. But you might take some kind of advice from this person, or there might be some kind of energy from this person that helps to inspire you. But somehow there's an influence there. Okay, so next cards out would be the energy cards, and this is We've got 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel, 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael, and the World card. So to start out with the 7th chakra, this one is actually a card that speaks to, this is actually about your connection to spirit. So if you feel like you need some assistance, this is the time to ask for that assistance. Be specific in what it is that you're asking for. Just so that you're not saying, I just need help with money. I need help with money, bringing money to the table so I can, create this business, or how can I invest my money wisely. Like, try to be really specific in what it is that you're asking of spirit, and then that can allow for some of that inspiration and that powerful energy to come forward for you to transform things. You've also got the 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael, and this one is really just speaking to you. It's a card of encouragement. I feel that there might be some periods here again throughout the period of August 22nd to end of September that you might be doubting yourself, and this is really about you trying to be compassionate, starting to learn how to be compassionate for yourself and accept some of the things that you can't control, and realize everybody's on their own journey here. This is about healing, maybe even a broken heart. Basically, as I say, there was a small energy here that came through with romance, a couple of cards. So this would be that 3rd card that also speaks to healing that heart center. So maybe there was some kind of an end to a relationship here, but try to go inward and support yourself so that you can grow. The next card out is the World card. This is an expansive card. Again, it could speak to travel. Each of the cards have a different meaning for the different decks. And again, this was the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor, in case I didn't mention that. But the World card is, again, expanding your vision. So this is a card that lets you know that you have a lot of options out here. You just need to be able to network, try to get a little more information so that you see what the resources are that are available to you. And I feel that you will have some help that's coming through as well with this card that will help you to get this business idea off the ground, or to move into this new job. There's some level of help or assistance that's coming through. Again, you can expect miracles coming through for the August to September period. You will be sharing of yourself, your time, your energy, your knowledge with other people, and they may in turn be doing that with you as well. But you are finding balance because you've got flow here, and you are going to make a difference with this project. So your inner light shines, far and wide. So again, it's a really broad level of change that you're going to make and influence in doing whatever it is you undertake here. So the next card would be I'll read the Earth Magic. So that is Sanctuary Cave, which you are currently sitting in, completion, full moon. You're definitely moving out of that, but you're still in that period as well. There's shape shifting, and you're doing some inward work as well with reflection. So in short, we already know that there's a lot of cards that speak to you going inward here, and but you do need to make some practical steps to move forward with this new direction. It's okay to go inward for some answers here, which is really what you're doing, but you also need to be able to make those practical steps. Sooner rather than later is better. This is, whatever you need to do, whether it's artwork or whether it's, healing. I don't suggest, and nature, that kind of thing is really helps people to find some kind of inner peace. TV might not be the best way to absorb yourself in this energy, but for sure it is, you starting to gather thoughts, direction, energy, strength, all of these things, and line them up so that you can actually move into this place that you're intended to be. Again, you've got the full moon completion card. And again, with that, it's just an ending of some sort here that you're reaching, and you're starting to realize where you've come, how far you've come, and it's just the end of that cycle. Basically, as I mentioned before, you've got some sense of accomplishment because you're moving on to the next assignment here. You also have shape-shifting. Shape-shifting is, again, it's one of those cards of It's a card of you kind of adapting to your circumstances as well as collaborating with other people. You know, it can be subtle, it can be dramatic. It is. It also can be it can also be a card of, you know, changing yourself. You know, and maybe the way that you present yourself, maybe the way in which you dress, that kind of thing. But it's somehow you making some kind of adjustment in the way that you present to the world and reemerge. You also have the reflection card, and again, that was just about you pulling back and you doing the inward work of life review, looking at the important lessons that you've learned over the year, considering your dreams and some of the visions that you have that you want to move forward in. So it's just basically considering the different possibilities and the potential for this period. So the next cards are Magic Stream. This is actually the Wisdom of the Oracle. Again, that's Colette Baron Reed. And we've got, so Magic of the Stream. Again, this is this is actually the Enchanted map. This is Colette Baron Reed, the Enchanted Map Oracle cards. So again, with Magic Stream, this is about kind of just getting back into the flow of things. It's really just about you following through and trying to get things going there, because the success is definitely there and it will benefit a lot of people here. So just allow that to start moving. It's about ideas and all of those things as well, starting to move into a favorable position for you as well. So this is the One Ring Circus. The One Ring Circus is a card that, I mean, I feel this can be, for you, it's a bit of a chaos card to a degree. I think that you are somebody who's really capable, strong, and can handle things. I feel you're a really independent person, Aries, that you do have all the wisdom and everything else to move ahead, and it's important to be self-reliant and to maintain clear boundaries with this card. But I feel that you are getting the support from someone, as I said, in, you know, someone around you that I feel has maybe gone before you in considering this project or has some really good advice for you. But I do feel that you have some fear with a One Ring Circus. I really feel that you feel there's too many balls out in the ring, so to speak, and that there's a reason for you to not engage. But all of the cards are speaking to you not looking at all the things that aren't working. Look at the things that you'll be providing, because this is something that has a stronger benefit for many, which means that it also will have some value to the public and will be well supported. Okay, so you also have Peaks of Joy. Peaks of Joy is about, you know, your life is filled with happiness. So you are looking at sharing it with others. You are looking at things coming closer to things that are going to bring you some happiness here. So that's about everything lining up. This is about you finding just overall joy through the period of September and August. And as I said, I mean, I think for the most part, you're kind of just slowly emerging here, but you did pull back a little bit here. So we've got, okay, so the next one I'm going to read is actually, this is the Wisdom of the Oracle, Colette Baron Reed. I have a lot of her cards too. But we'll start with a leg up, I guess, is probably the best thing here. So the leg up is really just speaking to, you know, you delegating authority, you stepping up, you taking charge. This is about, you know, being independent. You know, this is a point where you need to really align yourself with your journey. You are getting some help that's coming through here, as I mentioned, but you just need to get moving on this. So trust in the process. Don't expect others to read your mind, that kind of thing. This is really about you getting a mentor. And again, this could be in relation to a business, or getting really good counsel in moving forward with this project, but it's also a time for you to be a little bit more of a leader here. Again, if it's in terms of a business or in terms of a career opportunity, it's about you stepping forward and taking that leap of faith here. So just know that you're in a really good place here. You can do what you need to do here. Shift your expectations and your perspective. You'd be amazed at how quickly things are going to fall into place. With the regeneration card, again, that's just about you rebirthing, second chance for a lot of things. I mean, it could be on the relationship front, it could be on the business front, but it's another cycle that's come around again for you to take up and do in a new way. I feel that it's re-energizing you, basically, is what's happening here. So again, that was an ending of some sort here, but again, you're moving forward and not to be afraid. No place like home. I feel that you were staying in a place where you were, feeling safe and at home and comfortable in your own skin. That kind of thing is what the card indicates. But it's about you just making sure that you're grounded and you stay authentic to who you are as you move forward here. Just act in an authentic way, and also that you're protected and that things are moving, in a direction for your greater good and are going to be reciprocated. So, whatever you put out there is going to come back to you in a really positive way. So this is going to be you finding a new normal here as well, but doing what feels right. Okay, last card is Milk and Honey, and this is about, the taste of opportunities being born. This is about trusting, that your needs will be met, and you're entering into this new phase in your life where you are going to be able to move toward a place that allows you to shine. So this is, again, a card that, is illuminating your purpose. This is a place that is really where you will look, where you're really going to excel, where you're really going to shine, where you're really going to be able to advance and offer your contribute your all the skills and accumulated knowledge and so on that you have been exposed to over the years. This is whatever you're moving into is going to be something that's going to help you to really look good, and as well feel good. Okay, so the next card is Blessings, and this is about just remembering that everything comes back to you. This is about, you being lined up for dreams coming true and acts of kindness, anything along that line. You've also getting your answers from Spirit, so anything that you're unsure about, know that it is coming through for you, and that can be also returning to study, whatever it is on that line. But it's also you following in your life direction. As I said, this is the life purpose situation that you're moving into. Some of you it's a business, some of you it's just an opportunity with a work situation that you've always wanted, or something that really gives your life purpose, really gives you meaning. So you may, and for some of you, may not actually know what it is that you want to do, but you're being asked to step forward anyway and to trust the vision that the universe has for you that's coming through. Any ideas that come through dreams, just to embrace that fully and move forward, because you've got some kind of new adventure that's going to be coming through. And again, there's also the card of forgiveness. So you are closing out a cycle. So I suspect this is related to a relationship where you felt hurt, or there's some kind of betrayal, or there's some kind of forgiveness that you need to do for yourself. Maybe some of you felt disconnected from another person, and it's time to realize everybody's on their own journey, and just holding resentment is just going to imprison you further. So just allow yourself to free yourself from the attachment to that pain and move on. You're not doing anybody any favor if you are in a place of victimhood, especially when you have so much going for you that needs to be expanded upon. So just seek peace of mind and move forward. The next card, again, just going to briefly go through these ones. This is because they're all pretty self-explanatory. It's safe to travel here. You definitely have, let all take root, seed, and sprout. Let a new life be all about. And you've also got abundance. So, Goddess of Abundance, Divine, let me thrive. Let fortune be mine. So there's a lot of things that you're you're going to be able to build on as well with the card of abundance. It's not just any one thing. I feel that you actually have ideas that, as I said, you're shaping. You've got a clear intention of where you're headed with it. I feel that there is, again, there's a journey ahead. And that could also speak just metaphorically to the journey that you're going to be taking with this business idea or with this new opportunity or with this work adventure that might involve some travel here. But all of that is allowing for, abundance. So not to dwell into any areas that feel lack, because you're actually going to be able to activate and move ahead with this energy. So almost to the end here. Last bit is in relation to the cards are mysticism healing reading cards, Ina Segal. And this is temper your criticism. Again, I feel like there's a lot of self-doubt coming through here. I feel that, you might still be struggling with it, but for the most part, I feel you're getting over it here by the end of September. For some of you, it might drag on a little bit further here, but temper your criticism. Don't be hypercritical of yourself or other people. And this is for sure about you, getting past your blockages and being able to use your life force and build on your self-esteem. So if you're feeling a little bit depressed, know that there's another angle for you to experience here and take a compassionate view so that you can grow and challenge yourself. So you also have the Take Positive Action card, and again, is to stop procrastinating and delaying and, let go of fearful habits or things that you're doubting here. This is about you paying attention to your emotional or your mental, physical health, that kind of thing, or detoxing, cleaning up around the place, whatever it is that helps you to start opening up your mind to make those important changes. It could be anything you've been putting off with paperwork or, again, responsibility for something that is stopping you from taking action in other areas of your life. And again, lastly was ennoble your soul. And again, that card speaks to embracing a higher level of responsibility for your actions. So again, this is about you being more kind, selfless, communicating your needs as well, and trying to be a little bit more sensitive to those around you who might not be behaving well. Could also speak to you feeling a little lost and at this time as well, or at different points in September here. But again, just be open to help from Spirit to move forward. Okay, last cards, and then the advice, and then into the money cards. So last cards here, outside of the advice cards, is sacredness, and again, sabotage and oneness. So with sacredness, again, this feels like you're really just in a place of, it's just you just trying to move forward. You're in a place where you're not really sure you want to leave yet. But as I said, and again, the energy is going to be different for everybody. You've gone through a lot of pains. You might have some buried struggles and layers of pain here as well. Maybe for some of you felt manipulated, or you didn't want to reveal yourself, that kind of thing. You just feel like you just want to stay inward. But again, trust the process. Allow yourself to expand. Again, still speaking to that self-sabotage, it's really, again, that same thing where, you just don't feel like you're worthy, or can you do this project? Do you have enough to get past the competitiveness that's, maybe connected to whatever it is that you want to do here? But choose the change. This is what that card is speaking to, so that you can really live your life. And again, everything's connected. You've got the oneness card. This is about you starting to realize that, you become you when you become connected to the grander vision. Okay, so last cards will be, actually these ones here, the moon cards. Sorry, I missed those ones. So again, you've got balance, spirituality, and practicality, and that is the Moonology cards by Yasmin Boland, artwork by Nix Rowan. So again, this is actually balance and practicality. is just that. You've got your head in the clouds for part of this month here. You still might be in that stage of, what do I want to do? Where do I want to put my energy? But just start paying attention and taking the practical steps is what the card indicates. You might not be in a really realistic state just yet. Again, at the beginning of the August to early September period, just follow your intuition. And again, there was something with that other card that I just read to you as well. There's also something coming through with a new romance, or again, the ending of an old romance, but maybe redefined in a new way here, because the other card also spoke to that as well, and it could be even a soulmate of some sort, but coming through. But either way, this card in particular, as I mentioned, I mean, even though I don't really read a lot of the relationship aspects, just how it relates to the changing circumstances around your money. But this is really about not being selfish as well, and being open to, to other connections. But for others of you, it's as far as in terms of a legal matter, because you can see on the card here, there's the scales, as this is a Libra energy that's coming through here. A legal matter is going to go your way. So just to pay attention to, this is, to pay attention to some of the details while you're going through it, but for sure it's a restart and it's a healthy beginning. Whether it's a well-balanced connection in a new relationship for others, or again, starting in a new business front, and again, also in terms of a legal energy, it speaks to a positive outcome. So we also have you and your loved ones are safe. And again, this is a Cancerian energy. So maybe there's a Cancerian or someone that's coming through here. But if you've been neglecting yourself, again, it's time to take time to heal you, as far as, it could even relate to mental health, insecurities, anything that's been overriding. But for sure, it's about allowing someone to get close to you. Again, if this relates to some portion of the Aries that are moving into a new relationship, because there's a new cycle here that's starting for all of you, even you and your children, new start with relationship. But again, this card also speaks to reviewing your life goals and getting rid of some of those insecurities and the things that are holding you up from moving forward with other connections. So just spending that time and trying to listen to Spirit. And we also have, actually I'll read the final cards here at the end, which again, this will be the Archangel cards, which are the Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine cards. I'll read those at the very end, but we'll just get right into the financial aspect of the reading here. So as far as I mentioned in the little synopsis bit here at the start, there's a lot of energy that's coming through that relates to you with some struggles here at the beginning, because you are coming through to an end of a cycle here. So because of that World card, again, it could be on the relationship front, it could be on a business front, you changing careers, all of those things kind of come into play. Anything that relates to completion. So in terms of career and finance, as I said, this would normally be a card of accomplishment, but again, because it's coupled with so many other cards of change and ending, I feel this is really about a time of life review. It could be speaking to travel for others of you, but I feel for the most part it's just an end cycle that you're getting through. So it's figuring out now what it is that you want to achieve, what's your next step, and trying to get closer to that fulfillment. So we also have, as I mentioned, you've got the Tower card. You've also got the Knight of Swords. He's actually facing in the direction of the past. So again, this might be some kind of a residual energy. Maybe there was a lot of worry or something about the legal matter that's relating to this, this Death card. And again, this end cycle. Maybe something that was really concerning you there. Or maybe somebody was of ill health that you had some worries about, because the Tower moment speaks to anything that is related to legal trouble or legal stressors or some kind of physical relocation as well, which that could very well be with the World card and the letting go. And for sure, it's also about, just a reminder, problems don't last here with the Tower card. It's only a temporary situation here, but there is that ending that, you know, the Knight of Swords is looking back on. So again, whatever that was, I feel you're moving past it. I feel for others of you, this is related to maybe a health issue of some sort or concern about somebody else that has a health issue. But for sure, this is speaking to, you know, things coming to a little bit of a more of a resolve over time here. Could even involve a father figure with the Emperor. But again, that could also be related to you standing in your authority. It's not super close to these cards, but still within that range. But either way, this is still about growth. So anytime you see the Death card, there is some kind of a growth that's happened here. You did learn a lesson that came through with this ending of a cycle. And again, for others of you, I feel this is something to do with a health issue and that has since passed, and you've come through, or worry about someone else that had this health issue. So then we also have the Ten of Pentacles, and again, you've got a lot of options, and whatever choice you take is still going to lead you to a place of harmony. With the Ten of Pentacles, it's definitely a place of security financially. So, you know, you're not in this space yet, but you are moving toward it. I don't feel like you're out of balance financially. I just feel that there's more abundance to come. So if you're concerned about money, don't be, because you are moving, and especially if it's a new position of some sort and it's a new option that you're trying to concern yourself with, it is going to bring you about success and happy, you know, happy family life. There's financial security. It's definitely you manifesting what truly makes you happy here. So again, I feel that there's a lot of money, a lot of abundance that's going to come through for this. But you're still in the Seven of Pentacles stage, so you're still in the place of planning this out. It's more of a longer term energy. So you've got the Hermit energy again, you going inward, doing some soul searching, as I mentioned before, you trying to figure out, you know, what it is that that you needed to learn from the previous situation. You know, this is some plans being on hold. You're not really moving ahead I don't really feel that you're moving ahead in a physical way, other than you will be starting to plan some of the actions, putting maybe pen to paper, so to speak. But there's definitely some guidance that's coming from within, and this is a card of many lessons that have been learned. So you're getting rid of some emotional baggage if it relates to love. You know, you're waiting until your mind is clear, and you're trying to, I think that you really want a deep soulful connection, but it's just not the time for that right now. This is really a time for you to, at the beginning anyway, the beginning of September, that you're still kind of in that healing mode and trying to figure out how you want to live your life here. You know, if you're going to be living it as a single person, if you're going to be living this in a partnership in a business, you know, you're just trying to figure out which direction to go here. With the Seven of Pentacles, though, as I said, I mean, this is a planning stage here. So this is about you being in a place of preparing, strategizing, you know, persevering, trying to get something off the ground, taking care of yourself, but being maybe a little bit guarded. Could be paying something off slowly as well. You also have the energy of the Emperor, which is coming through. Could be you, or it could be somebody else in your surroundings, but this is really an energy of being in control or maintaining control. So, you know, I mean, again, it's just careful planning, careful strategizing. Know that you definitely are moving in the right direction. This is a really confident person. So maybe this is somebody who's coming in to assist you. That is somebody who's already been accomplished, somebody who is quite ambitious or has been ambitious, and who's able to offer this advice that is, because the Emperor is an older man, so this is somebody who's really stable and dependent. And this is somebody that you could get information from, father figure, somebody who's got a protective nature, practical, authoritative, and inner strength. So I feel that this could be where you're actually getting some of your advice from. If we're going in the other far spectrum as well, you know, I mean, I don't really feel there's a lot of energy as far as extreme sadness coming through in the cards, so I don't feel like your emotions are really out of control. I think you're tempering all that. But I do feel that there was a bit of a heavy burden that was coming through here with the Ten of Wands. For sure, you know, you've been feeling a lot of overwhelm on maybe what direction, feeling a little scattered, I think is really a better way of putting it. But tens, again, still about beginnings and endings and changing out of this cycle here. So I feel like you've done this kind of change before, because there's a lot of upheaval, but not so much so that it's out of your control. It's a burden. You're a little tired of it. There's some emotional strain that's going with this. But overall, you're responsible for that outcome. And I think sometimes you might be using that as a way to blame yourself, or feeling like you need to fix everything, and it's throwing you off balance to feel like you need to fix this, because in actual fact that blocks your thinking. It's really about taking on a path that's right for you versus fixing something. So we also have the Knight of Cups coming through here. The Knight of Cups, again, this could stand for a person or a message that's coming through. I mean, if we're talking about a person, this could be somebody who's quite a lover, romantic, or somebody who's, maybe even a little bit narcissistic on the far spectrum of that. But this is somebody who's also quite creative. So it's also about somebody who doesn't like to settle for the status quo, but it also speaks to somebody who's inspiring, or maybe you're being inspired by them. This could be a very emotionally sensitive person. This is somebody that definitely, as I said, creative and imaginative for sure. And it could involve a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. I didn't pull a card on that. Oops, sorry. I didn't pull a card on that one for clarity, but I might just do that actually. So give me 1 second here. I'll just shuffle those to see if that is related to, if there's another message that's going to come through with the Knight of Cups. Okay, this is actually coming through with a father figure. So again, this is somebody who's in authority here. So I do feel that there is an energy of someone around you. Again, this could be somebody that you're worrying about in terms of health, and it could be a father figure as well. That could be the message, that you do have some concerns, but this could also represent a legal entity as well. So again, with the King of Swords, I feel that this is representing a message that's coming through in regards to a person, and that you've got some kind of a worry as well. There's a secondary issue here. So I feel that you are getting some advice or counsel from the Emperor, but I feel that there's also a secondary concern that relates around a father figure here as well. So again, with the Knight of Cups, just going to see this one really as a messenger on this front here, because the King of Swords is, as I say in my mind, really a father figure that's coming through. Could even speak to, again, a lawyer energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, anything on that line as well. It doesn't have to be those signs. It can be just the energy of the person, or those astrological signs. So again, this would be somebody who's quite realistic and rational and highly principled, that kind of thing. Could represent a lawyer, somebody that you're in communication with as well. As far as a legal entity, that could be where you're also getting the advice from as well for counsel. But either way, both of these sort of represent a father figure. So I feel there's some kind of father figure that's coming through in this reading. Okay, so outside of that, we also have the Six of Pentacles, almost done here. Six of Pentacles, and that's clarified by the Five of Cups. So I feel like, the Six of Pentacles is, I think, about you moving into this new position of this job, something that you are wanting to take on. And again, could be an job opportunity that you're trying to consider, or change in that career. I suspect this is more of a change in the career. And with the Five of Cups, I mean, there's a sense of loss, but that's really just in your head. This is something that you're not really sure about. The Six of Cups to me gives me a feeling that there's a partnership of some sort that you're considering. Going into this with a partnership, going into this with somebody else on some level, but you're just not sure this is what you want to do. So again, with the Five of Cups, that's just you feeling some kind of struggle about, maybe you're having to put up money towards something. But you're focusing too much on the negative in regards to this reciprocation, this joint venture. I feel, like with the fives, for sure, I mean, they do have more of a sense of sorrow or, battle and maybe a bit of a negative connotation, but I feel this is more self-imposed, self-inflicted of some sort. I just feel that the give and take here is you're feeling like it's going to unbalance you in some way. And I say that too because you also have the Five of Swords. And again, you're considering more of the losses versus the wins. But again, with the Queen of Pentacles coming through, I mean, the queens are secure with their money. The queens are, they're nurturing, but they're also very secure, and they like to know about money. They like to be financially secure. They're prepared to work for it. I do feel that this is who you are. This is where you are. You know how to get something done. This is somebody who can be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy as well. But this is really that working mom. This is that person who is, able to do multitask, do a few things at once. So I feel that you're going to even possibly divide your attention between these two projects. I don't know that you'll throw yourself fully into the one just yet. I feel that you're still, hanging on to something else. But either way, this is about, things are becoming clearer for you as well. With the Queen of Pentacles, you're finally able to make the realistic planning and get down to the organizing of what it is that you need to do. And again, with the nines, you're still taking action. With the Nine of Swords, you still have a lot of fears over moving ahead here. But, it's just your own anxiety. And I shouldn't just say I mean, it is a feeling of not thinking logically, feeling overwhelmed, nagging thoughts. It's, things that you're just too wrapped up in your own problems here. But again, it's followed by the Ace of Cups. And 100%, that's the universe coming in to give you some clue that you're on the right path and that you can journey into this new territory here. So again, that can speak to a new relationship. That can speak to a new partnership. That can speak to a new beginning, new job, new project starting here. But to trust your intuition because you're getting awareness, you're getting clarity here. You just need to change your perspective again with the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is can be where you still feel like you're at a bit of a crossroads, but I feel that you're getting some signs toward the end of September which are going to help you feel okay to move forward, because this is really a card of you holding yourself back. You're just choosing to stay in a place of non-commitment. And with the Queen of Wands coming through here, definitely wands are all about energy, and especially if this is a queen, this is somebody who's quite inspirational. This is an energy that's coming through, say it's a career-oriented person. So this is really saying focus. This card is saying focus. Put your energy behind it. This is a time for you to go forward. It could represent a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy, but it is somebody who has a good understanding of themselves here, and it's an entrepreneurial energy. So go forward with this new enterprise. And again, you are going to see success, but I feel overall you're feeling optimistic. At the end of the month, I think you've already made some kind of a decision. I think you've been, again, trying to balance back and forth in whether or not to take this leap of faith. But for sure, this is a card that's going to make you happy. The Sun card is optimism. It's a reason to celebrate. It is, all about positive energy, positive things coming through. This is about public recognition for something as well, and it's unexpected boost of luck and growth. And of course, you also have the luck card at the beginning here. So definitely, you need to get out there and again, take this leap of faith, believe in yourself, listen to your heart, do what it takes. You have the energy of the Queen of Gabriel, passionate, charming, brilliant, independent person. You can do anything right now. Go after what you want, the ability to attract helpful people. And again, I feel you're getting counseling to help that. Sixes are also about finding balance. Six of Gabriel, congratulations, you've done a wonderful job. Time to move on to the next project. Awards, scholarships, or promotions. This is about you getting recognition. Once you take this leap of faith, as the first card indicated, you're going to get some recognition, and I feel that you're actually going to be platforming to a high degree in what it is that you're pursuing. This is the card of Epiphany, so joy through spiritual growth, be a light to others, answers that come through meditation. And again, you had a lot of cards that indicated that you were getting insight because you are in a bit of hermit mode or recluse stage for this period. But again, you're supposed to be taking practical steps. Perspective is about changing that perspective. There's a better way. Pause for reflection and insight. Dare to be different. It's that pregnant pause. You're building the ideas because again, that pregnant pause is referencing the Hangman, about you changing your perspective on moving forward with this idea. There is something viable in it. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an outlook, a little heads up, and a little bit of security and understanding on what's ahead for you, Aries, for the month of August 22nd through to the end of September. Look forward to seeing you in October. Please stay safe and inspired. A friend just purchased this for me, so I thought I would use it in the reading today. It's a new toy. Anyway, until October.